No. No. I gotta do something about this. Hello! Welcome to episode 37 of KreamGetsStuff. Today, we're gonna do something about the nightmares that I've been having. I don't like mobs. They're coarse and rough, and they get everywhere. No wait, that isn't right. Anyway, by that, I mean, we're gonna go fix the mob farm. This thing sucks. Like, really badly. It's pretty slow as it relies on AI a lot of the time, and the cats don't even want to stay up there thanks to some old bugs in the game. So, we're just gonna tear it down and build a new one. You may be wondering though, why am I doing this? Ow. TNT. I need so much TNT. This witch farm isn't gonna dig itself.
Catch the progress on my streams Thursdays and Saturdays, thank you very much.
But with that said, let's begin. Oh, by the way, we are in 13-24A today for another discontinued potion effect. It's another thing with golden apples. That seems to be the trend of 1.6. So they no longer give health boost, but they do give regeneration 5, which is pretty strong. Is it regen 5? Yeah, it's regen 5. This potion effect is obviously available pretty freely through, just brewing, but not at this level. And I think that's kind of interesting. It's like one of those mildly interesting things that you would find on the internet when you're bored. Another thing that I'd like to mention that isn't really a discontinued feature in the traditional sense, but I find it interesting nonetheless, is that this version actually sets your world's last played date to 1970. Now, from the research that I've done, I can only pin that on the epoch date, which was picked by a bunch of nerds standing around the table because they needed a date and time to start every piece of technology from. So they chose 1970 New Year's Day. I don't know why it keeps the dates and like the time of the world. It just resets the year to 1970, which I'm only assuming has something to do with the epoch date. If someone knows, someone wants to go to this version, decompile it and find out, they can. I've tried to get into contact with someone who could do that for me, but I'm running out of time and I'd rather just get it in the video. So that's a challenge for you. Anyway, this is the mob farm that I've come up with. It's a very universal design. This could work for any farm. And it only takes advantage of the fact that mobs still spawn on pressure plates until 1.9. Very simple system. Pretty cheap to put together. It's not working too well on this scale. This is only, what, like, I think 500-ish spawning spaces. But on a larger scale, I think it tends to increase exponentially. Now, you may be asking, how many platforms do we need? Well, I'm not really sure. We could use the power of math to figure it out by building, say, 1,000 spawning spaces, testing the rates, for roughly 10 minutes. Build another 1,000, test the rates of that, making more or taking away spawning spaces until we find a good balance, and efficiency in terms of rate of mob drops. We also have to consider sub-chunks of the world as they go up. So one is 16, then 32, then 48. We're at Y63, but we must account for the fact that we want it to all be in one sub-chunk. Y96 baby, because Y80 wouldn't do unless I wanted to take. But in the words of the computer man, that's nerd shit. So we're just gonna do like 1,000 spawning spaces and call it a day. I can always build more if I need them. However, there is one problem with this. As you may remember, I'm out of redstone. This is all I have. And it is not enough for this. Well, time to dip into the retirement fund. Oh, by the way, this is all the slime from my time in the world, as well as all the pistons that I have, and some pressure plates and whatever else I could find laying around. I think we should have just about enough. If not, I can always go kill a few slimes. About blocks, I think I'm just going to use snow again. And I was thinking quartz slabs for the top. Yeah. Yeah, that looks alright. 1,200 pressure plates, 1,200 sticky pistons. I ran out of slime balls. Well, down to the mines. 3,600 snow blocks, 1,200 glass blocks, 1,200 quartz slabs. The retirement fund wasn't enough. So I've come to Project Blaze to show you the work that you don't see in videos. This is for all my work pickaxes. So, we're just gonna take a few of these efficiency fortune pickaxes, and I suppose it's time for an epic mining montage. Finally, after a lot of mining, 3,600 redstone torches. Whew. Anyway, let's begin the build, shall we? This was when I realized my biggest mistake. Upon closer inspection, I had realized something terrifying. I hadn't really checked the rates of these farms before putting them into my world or planning to build them. After testing the rates of our current mob farm, we are making roughly 4,000 drops per hour. The pressure plate farm? Only 1,300 drops per hour. So was that it? Should I give up? I had this whole episode planned out based around the fact that I was going to build this one farm. I gathered all the resources. And for what? I don't have the redstone, I don't have the capacity necessary to build this new farm. I can't recycle all these sticky pistons, these pressure plates. I felt hopeless. No. This isn't a story about how I gave up on building a new mob farm and crushing all the mobs in my world for my own personal gain. This isn't a story of tragedy. It's a story of comeback. Luckily for me, it was Wednesday, and I had a brilliant idea. My stream was tomorrow, and that gave me a chance to get one of the key resources for this comeback. Redstone. Once we had that, our only limiting factor, I could begin work. Pistons, comparators, hoppers. I already had all the stuff to craft those, I just needed to go and do that. Quartz slabs and snow could be recycled from the pressure plate design materials, but what design was I going to go with? Well, this. This shifting floor design produces roughly 4,000 items per hour, but I'm going to quadruple the size of it. And with that, all the necessary preparations have been made. So without further ado, let's begin. What to do with all these cats? I wonder. I'm gonna be taking suggestions because I don't know. Anyway, I think this farm is done. I haven't actually tested it yet, so we'll find out. Oh yeah. It's going. It's going on a different timer. I may have put the wrong amount of items in each. I'm not sure. I definitely put the wrong amount of items in each clock. But that might not necessarily be a bad thing. Now we have the issue of collection. That issue sorted. This is a minecart loader made by 30 Virus, and if I flick it on, you can see how it works. The items get picked up and then they get locked in here, where they can be deposited very fast as well, might I add.
Plans have changed.
Also, it's the beginning of the spooky month, so I'm wearing a slightly different skin. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, this is the collection system that I have come up with. It's a combination of the 30 Virus design, simplified so it actually works, combined with advice from Joey, and my own personal judgment. This is what I've come up with. If I flick this lever, the minecarts, they start going back and forth. You hear this awful pulsing sound. And they will deposit items in here. They will then get shot out into these water streams. And they end up here. So enough of that. Also, I ran out of quartz slabs here, so bear with me. I just can't be bothered going and getting more after this. So I do have to worry about making a sorter, but I honestly, I'm not sure how I'll do that yet. I need to figure it out. Anyway, please join me for the first official test. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Well, I suppose it's time I test the rates. Storage, done. Rates, calculated. So, upon comparing it to the 4,000 drops of the previous farm, this one makes much closer to 20,000 drops per hour, which I would say is a significant improvement. It definitely covers all my needs in this world, as far as I know. I can't think of anything that I need more than 20k drops per hour for. And because it's a shifting floor farm, it's a pretty robust design, and I hopefully won't have to change it for a while. It's pretty consistent, it's simple redstone, it should be fine for the foreseeable future. I guess I need some sort of bulk item storage, because we have a lot of items that I have hundreds of stacks of, maybe even thousands, and I need to put them all somewhere where I can just go and grab them whenever, somewhere central, maybe in the Nether Hub or something like that. But with that being said, I think that's a good point to leave this episode off on. So, thank you for watching this episode of KreamGetsStuff. I hope you enjoyed it. And goodbye.